Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Great Awakening. This is a playlist. If you want to watch past episodes, just go to the playlist called Great Awakening, and you can pick and choose whatever you want to look at. Just look at the timestamps beneath the videos to see all the different things that were discussed in that particular video. All right. So the first question is about Dr. Ardis's interview with Stu Peters, which is about to come out. In the preview, they say, would you go to a hospital to get anti-venom if you were bitten by a snake? And the title is Watch the Water. We don't know what's been discovered by Dr. Ardis. So the question is, has snake venom been released into public water systems? I definitely get a yes. Is what we're seeing now the after effect from this? So what we're seeing now, the after effect from this? I think I need to phrase it a different way because I'm getting kind of a no. Is what we're, maybe that needed to be more specific. Or a lot of the symptoms that we're seeing, including like, is blood clotting from this venom that's been in the water? Yes, there has been some. It's not entirely, that's not the only thing. So, okay, protein spikes caused by venom, yes. Lack of smell, taste caused by venom, yes. Heart failures, yes, of course. Is it, okay, so is it the venom causing the Jabiru symptoms, or is it both? Is it both or just one? Both. So the Jabiru still do have these toxic substances in them as well. So if you didn't get it in the water, then you ran to get it the other way. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Did this venom also give people the same side effects as what is being called CV19? Okay, so does the venom also cause the same symptoms as CV19? Sometimes, yes. Not always. Was there ever a real V? I get it now. Like it never was. It never was there. It never was a V. I mean, that's been known for a while that it was never a V. Okay. Well, whatever. Is it all one and the same? And if so, why are some affected and others not? Well, I guess if you were in those targeted areas where they put the venom in the water, you would have been affected. And or if you had, if you were just, afraid, and so you ran to get the V, you might have been affected. So I guess either of those two things, either those that were targeted with it in their water system, and or those who were just afraid, so rushed off to get a V. I know that the Vs are not, what do you call it? There were some placebos put out there, but I know that many of the Vs were very, very dangerous. So I'm not going to discount that and say that the Vs were not substantial in causing harm, because I know for a fact, because I've been working on people for a long time trying to help them with the issues that they've had with that. But I do feel it's both. I do feel that they were coming from both angles, all angles, really. Our water, our air, the land, our food. It's like, it's hard to find anything that hasn't been tampered with, really. Okay, to add to that, to add to the deuterium exploration, deuterium in the water, can venom be bound to deuterium to deliver it in the water like a carrier? I get a yes. Like you discovered that deuterium can have nanobots in them. Yes. Now make sure that you watch my interview with Libby if you're interested in following that subject, because we talk about deuterium in there too, and then look for my video called deuterium too. Okay, so I'm feeling like pulling some world truth cards here about all this. You may need to put away extra food and water in case of an emergency, but it will only be brief. This actually goes into the next set of questions. That's funny. Spirit tends to do that. There is divine intervention and timing at play in this situation, so don't worry. Spirit and or the ETs are or will step in at just the perfect time, which also leads to the next question. This institution or system is being taken over by good people, is being revamped, and will no longer exist as it's been. If possible, it will not be closed, but repurposed. Okay, wait. Well, we know that. Somebody just, climbing to the top for power. There's nothing to fear. This is only an illusion to assist in the awakening of humanity. So people will find it ridiculous enough to question what's going on and desire a change. Stay clear of the situation. Stay clear of drinking water. There's some confirmation for you. Stay clear of any kind of like tap water from the city. Bottled water might be good. Also, from watching, you could watch that video I did with Libby or watch the video with Anne. Both talk about like how powerful intentions are. So a couple different ways that people are dealing with water right now is they are just intend that the deuterium level, you don't want the deuterium to be completely gone because it's good to have some of it in there. Yeah, it's been like, it was measured in that video with Libby. So go in with the intention of balancing the levels of deuterium in the water so that it's okay for you. Some people are putting their water in blue glasses and setting it out in the sun for like creating solar water. If you boost your chi, that'll help. Just watch the deuterium video because I go through some things that'll be helpful, but just hold the intention of like blissing the water and creating balance of the amount of deuterium in it. All right. So is it popping into many people? Is it popping into many people's consciousness that we are about to experience a grand solar flash? Yeah, I feel like people like strumming their fingers waiting for it. It's like we've had several solar flashes, through time to kind of aiding us and getting ready. They just said aiding. But there is supposed to be some kind of grand sun solar flash. Is that still coming? Oh yeah. Okay, so here's what I know about, like, because it's possible that this solar flash is supposed to like help us raise our consciousness or increase our vibration to help with the ascension. I get a yes. But here's one thing that I know, just having dealt with energy for a long time. If something is, if you're one of these asleep people in the 3D and you're just in a state of fear or whatever, if you're down here and this energy comes in that's way up here, basically two things I've seen happen. One is tremendous anxiety, it causes this person to be very, very, very anxious. Or it just flat out puts them to sleep. Like literally makes them go to sleep. So is it true that maybe when the solar flash happens that many people will go to sleep? I got a yes. Well, many people have anxiety attacks. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I guess we're just gonna have to be there for each other and be there for those in the 3D. Well, the 5D people are not some people are in the 5D, but a very, very small percentage of people. But okay, so how much of a percentage of the population at this point is in the 5D now? It used to, I said for years that it was only like 3%, but I think that's moved up to between 5 and 8, depending on the day. Anybody who's in the 5D, that it just, you tend to, there's you go in and out of that state. You go in and out of that bliss state. So that makes sense why there would be kind of a fluctuation between 5 and 8, but that's big. That's doubled what it used to be. So That's good. That's good. That means popping out of the ego and being one with God, you know. I'm about to do a video possibly coming up here, where, yeah, anyway, a lot of you have known about my experience with the 5D. If you haven't, you could always look that up. Anyway. All right. So, is this the event that many are talking about? Yes. Is it true that the White Hats are aware of this event and will be using it to their advantage to help wake many people up? Yes. Is this so that they can understand better what our world actually is? Yes. And becoming more open to the possibility of all the nefarious activities that have been going on being actual. Yeah. Yes. Also, I heard a long time ago that they can't make changes, against our free will. They have to make sure that a majority of the population agree that a change needs to happen. So, is it the ETs that are, oh yeah, the ETs have been monitoring. That's why it's been fluctuating as to the time when it happens, is because they can sense and feel that need within human beings for change. So how receptive are people to change right now? And they're monitoring that regularly. And when it gets to a certain percentage or a certain number, or they just operate different than we do. They know a lot more than we do. They sense a lot more than we do and whatnot. But at a certain, they said a tipping point. Some kind of tipping point thing is going to happen, and then the flash is going to come up. They know that everybody will safely kind of graduate. They will safely graduate. Yeah. If they wait until that moment. So they're just trying to make sure that we're going to be okay through it. So falling asleep or having anxiety could just be a couple symptoms that we'll be dealing with our loved ones and friends that are kind of asleep right now. Okay. Is this also going to, also acknowledge a need for change, which then allows for all the new systems to come into the world, also the world's reality, like the quantum financial system and stuff that we're about to get into? Is this also an ushering in of all these new things? Yeah, that's why they're hurrying up. That's why they've been hustling in the background. The military is all ready and set up to go. Banks are going to be after a certain period and inclination. What are you calling it? Like they're showing me kind of like an inclination. Once the inclination is over, then it's going to spill over into like all the banks shutting down and things like that. Not a fearful thing. The good thing. No more middleman. No, we're not going to put. We're going to get into that. We're getting there. Hang on. And also help them realize that they are creators themselves and much more powerful than they know. It's still going to take people a minute to get out of the old mentality, but yeah, it is leading there. Yeah, it is getting there. How is this actually, how is the solar flash and all that getting to help people to realize that they can make a difference? I see people reaching for solutions and talking, and if anything, it's going to feel more like they're aware that they can collaborate to make things happen, and then it's going to become, okay, I can make things happen. So initially there's going to be a feeling of I can work with others to make things happen. So that's going to be empowering, and then it's like, hey, wait, I can take the load myself. I can do this myself. So we're getting there. Ultimately sovereignty coming for everyone. Okay. Also, part of this event could be that there will be a polar shift. Is this true? Will there be a polar shift occurring alongside the solar flash? I don't feel like at the same time, that's not time necessarily. It is going to be relatively around the same time. Yes. Within maybe a couple days. Is there a north and a south pole? Yes. Or is it just the North Pole? No. Will this actually just realign the true magnetic energy of the Earth? More complicated than that, but yes. In terms of trying to explain it to us in simple terms, yes. That's a way of putting it, they're saying. It's a way of putting it. So things will come back into balance, though. It's going in a positive direction, back in balance, yes. What will we experience? What will we be? Will anybody get dizzy? Yes. So they might have like vertigo and things like that. Yes. Are they going to? I mean, if we're coming into we've been used to being out of balance, so the feeling of being back in balance is going to be okay. They just want everybody basically to just surrender in the process and don't resist it. Whatever, I feel flippy stomachs, like your stomach, you might be queasy possibly, or like I don't know, stomach stuff. Like if you're out on a boat, that kind of a feeling, like you can't get your sea legs on, or like you don't have your land legs on anymore. It might feel exactly like we're out on a boat, like kind of stumbling around and feeling queasy. But that'll stabilize once we get used to, okay, all right. Will the sun's energy frequency through the solar flash also increase our frequency on the Earth, aiding in our ascension? Absolutely, yes, that's the whole purpose. At this time, they said, is there any harm that can come to people as a result of the solar flash? Yes. Some will die, but it's because they chose to go at that time. Peaceful, they said it will be peaceful too, and they won't even know. It doesn't even feel like they'll know. Well, okay. Nothing we need to worry about. No, don't worry. Don't worry. It will all be done in love and compassion and peace. They don't want anybody panicking. Will there be panic? Yeah. Yeah, there'll be panic. Oh, shortages of like, I see like electrical shortages. So we may be, that may be the days of darkness where we don't have like the internet, or we don't have, electricity or so. Will we lose electricity? Some will, yeah. Will we lose the internet? Yeah. Will it just be temporary? Yes. It'll come back up again? Yes. When it comes back up again, is it going to be like the new, oh my gosh, it's like when everything comes back up again, it's going to all be brand new, like that new quantum financial system, the new Starlink. It's like it's a reset. Oh, a reset of the hologram, because we're in a simulation. Yeah. Yes. Are we on some kind of UFO? Like, because I've always like, if I imagine the Earth, what I imagine is like a snow globe or something, like in the shape of, and Shanti's talked about how it could be like, even like a UFO shape, like this up here, but then that down here, because there's the hollow Earth and all that. And I think that's quite possible too. But I don't know, I just had this idea the other day when I woke up. It was a couple months ago. I just had this idea that I was on a UFO that was just a simulation. I was just walking around like I was on this Earth, but it's not really. Oh, my taste buds might. I'm salivating. Huh. It's like I just woke up and I felt like I wasn't on an actual Earth. I was in a spaceship or something. But it's like, to ease our minds, they put us on a ship we just think that we're actually on the Earth, but we're in a UFO. Are we actually on an Earth? Are we on an Earth? It's kind of like they're reluctant to say, are we in a simulation on a UFO? I get a yes with that. Is this everybody? Yeah. So we're pretty much on a simulation on a UFO. And I just keep seeing like a screen, like a movie screen. So we're like in a movie. We are the movie. Is somebody watching us? Yes. Well, I've known that for a while. The ETs are watching us, but is it an illusion that we're even in any kind of like harm's way? Yes. Yeah, but what about the experience of dying? Well, you don't die, the energy just shifts, kind of like game over, but the character comes back again and you start a brand new game. Right. This stuff is so trippy to even think about. You guys think about this stuff all the time, like I am? Just constantly like, what if this? What if that? What about, So we're not actually, well, they say we're not that nothing is actually physical anyway. Even anything that you touch, it's not actually real. Like you're like, it's all energy. Remember that experience I had when I was on that drug that one time where it was, I don't even remember what the drug was, but it was something a friend gave me, and everything became all pixelated rainbow colors. And there was nothing solid. You could move your hand right through a mountain. You could move your hand through anything physical. It just appeared to be hard or solid. It's all very, very trippy, just very, very trippy. Okay. Okay, also part of this event, that's solar shift and ascension. Will this also help bring us into and through fourth density more positively and even into the fifth density? Yeah, there's something to that though. Let's see, are you talking about the fourth density? The fourth density is actually made to be negative. It needs to be negative because we are dealing with our shadow side, and we're healing even past generations of fear. Like it feels like layers upon layers of fear getting healed once and for all. And we're like the fear warriors of today. The fears that we're dealing with, the reason that they're so deep is because you're dealing with not only your fear, but like your whole family's fear. So it's all compounded. So we have to truly be warriors with our healing. We have to really go after it and really pull it up by the roots. I'm seeing like the plug out of a bathtub like being pulled up. Like it's all got to drain out, and we got to clean that bathtub out to be fresh vessels of water. We got to be like fresh, squeaky clean new bathtubs or something. Were you going to say anything else about the 4D? No, so it's not really like the idea about going through the 4D more positively. It's like, it's not really going to do that, but what will it do? I guess it is kind of more positive in a sense, like more easily let things go. It's really geared toward the sleepers who are in denial, to snap the denial switch, to make them, it's kind of like, when you're in a fight with somebody and you go away and you go into the bathroom and you have a moment where you can either go back in fighting, or there's a little piece of your conscience that says, why don't you just laugh it off? You have an opportunity right now to just drop this whole thing and just laugh, and maybe, just maybe, the other person is going to meet you in that same space and you can have an incredible healing moment right now. But you decide, either or in that moment, what you're going to do. So it feels like you'll be in the fourth density, or people who are still facing their worst fears because they need to right now, they're going to be given a little bit more of a push to, why don't you just contemplate it? Why not just be open-minded just for a brief moment? So they're going to have some like anti-programming that's going to be going. I feel it being amplified out even through there's been so much for fourth density programming that's been subconscious programming through the television and all these places, that's been permeating society for so long that it's like deeply embedded and deeply ingrained. And the solar flash is going to come in and break that up. Just break it up. Like a solid mass is going to be broken into like a million little bits to allow some space and some sunshine to come through and some fresh air to come through that mass. So it's like a break in consciousness in a way that's going to allow these people who are so dense to go, oh, maybe they might just be right. And maybe it doesn't mean the end of the world. Maybe it actually means that some good stuff can come of this. Maybe I don't have to be so scared. Maybe there is a solution on the other side of this. Maybe, just maybe, that person wasn't crazy. Maybe, just maybe, like open up their minds. Okay. And yeah, a lot more people going into the 5D as a result as well, because people who've been in the 5D already, like myself and some of my friends, the first thing we do when a struggle gets hard is we go within, because that's our home. We just that this is where we're at. One with God right here in the kingdom of God within us. So there might be some shocking factors in the solar flash. There might be some things that are very disconcerting, you know. And so I think a lot of people are just going to go within. Those who know, they said those who know are going to go within. Okay. Another water question. Are the watermarked ballots also included or part of the Watch the Water saying by the number 17? Okay. Oh yeah. So, and then there was another question with that. And do they really have it all? Okay, yes. There's something else to that though. What do you want to expand on that? When them having it all, they've had it all. They've had it all. So for a while. Feels like 11 years. That's pretty specific. For 11 years, they've had it all. There's nothing new under the sun. They just said there's nothing new under the sun. So this is just all them being kind and compassionate with us, kind of walking us through what needs to happen to bring in these new changes. All right. Okay, so now this next part is strictly for the humanitarians. The rest of you might be curious, who knows, but there's just been some new information, so I just wanted to run it past my intuition and see any hits that I get on all of it. It seems pretty relevant to me. It seems pretty right on. Just hearing it made a lot of sense, but let's just do a little gut check here. Okay. All right. Is it true Protocol 20 is going into effect by the end of April? Yep. Can we put any kind of a date anywhere in there? Of course, I got the 17th. So something's going to happen the 17th. Oh, also, I just told somebody, a friend of mine that I'm very close to, she picks up on things like we're already starting to talk telepathically. And I went to say in my mind, I didn't even say it out loud. I thought something significant was going to happen on my birthday, which was the 7th. And the minute I said that, she answered me immediately. And she said, well, she goes, a lot has been going on in the background. We don't know. Or she goes, a lot of significant things have been going on in the background. We don't know, or something like that. And I just like jumped. I was like, did you seriously just say that? I said, because did I say that out loud? What I said? She goes, you didn't say anything. I was like, dude, you just answered my question that I had in my head. It was crazy, but yeah, so something big is already happening. It started on the 7th, and 10 days later would be the 17th. So something's lining up for the 17th, you guys. All right. Will everyone be moving to, now again, this is humanitarians from this point forward. I'm, talking about this, all these changes. Will everyone be moving to a Stellar Lobster wallet account? It's called a wallet instead of an account. So replace the word account with wallet. Will we be moving to a Stellar or Lobster? Will everyone be moving to a Stellar or Lobster account linked to the QFS? No, not everyone, I guess. Will the humanitarians be moving to a Stellar Lobster account? Yes. There'll be resistance from the other people for a bit. It'll be about 2 years of resistance, and then a surrender will happen. So will everyone eventually be going to this? Yes. Okay. Are there a limited number of lobster wallets that will be available? Yes. I actually thought the answer for that was going to be no, because it's digital. How could there be only a certain number? I don't know, but overload the system. They just said it could overload the system to have too many. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to see, I think it's about $1 amount. something like that. Like if it reaches a certain dollar amount, it cannot take any more, and it's going to shut out. Like somebody will go to try to get an account or a wallet from Lobster, and it's going to like, nope, sorry, we can't. Like as those funds go down, it might open up some more opportunities to get some more wallets, but so it's a good idea to have a Lobster wallet now. Any of the humanitarians, they already know who you are. They've got your contact information and everything. So you've already got a wallet set up. I mean, from what I understand, is that true? They're all going to be given a wallet and a credit card, debit card. What about all the quantum items they're talking about, like a Q phone? Yes, I'm getting yes on all this. Q phone, quantum computer. Is the quantum computer the same as the Q phone? They're different, and you'll get both. Okay. Is it true the military is set up and ready to roll out once they're sure that every country in the world is ready to go simultaneously? Yes. It was kind of a really cool yes too. It was like a shh, don't tell anybody, but yes, like very excited. Okay. And there was like a little delay, like they wanted for there to be a little bit of suspense in me when I asked that. So it was really cool. Will they be given, yes, we already answered that. Will the dollar be extinct within a couple of years? Yes. Will they not deal with a bank at all? No wealth managers? No. So there will be no bankers or wealth managers, correct? Yes. I mean, correct, yes. There will not be any. Are they completely in control of their own money? Yes. It's encrypted, so it's completely safe. No one else can access but the person who holds the funds. Is that correct? Yes. Can anyone peek at the funds? No. They're okay. But the quantum financial system has a consciousness and it knows how much the person has. Yes. Yes. Can that, so it's a benevolent artificial intelligence, correct? Yes. Can that beneficial artificial intelligence actually turn bad? No. Permanent. Okay. So the quantum financial system will know how much we have, but no human being. Is that what you're saying? Correct. Okay. Transactions happen directly from wallet to wallet of the two entities. So essentially, whoever is selling their house, you basically just, show them what you have, they show you what they've got, and then you guys exchange. No more realtors, no more bankers, no more loan officers, no more, they're going to even be insurance companies anymore. Will there be insurance companies anymore? Insurance companies, I feel like they're going to be revamped, but they'll still be there in some way. They'll be insuring something else. It's not going to be the way that it works now. It's going to be more assurance. In fact, it might even be changed. The word might be changed from insurance to assurance. I don't know what that's about. Giving a good word. It feels almost like a credit system, like they can vouch for you or something. What? According to your history? Wow, this is new to me. Banks are going to be gone and everything, but there's going to be these assurance companies. Oh, I don't even know. Will they even charge money? I don't think they're going to charge money. So it's almost, what is this? An assurance company that's kind of like a credit union to where they'll vouch for you. Will they do something with nefarious people? Yes. What will they do? There'll be an alert. There'll be an alert that they tried to fraud or scam people. Wow. And warn them. In some cases, a beep will go off. If they go into a place, if they've tried to scam people, it could give some kind of a silent, I feel like even a silent dee, 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 to the store person, and the store person can look at their new quantum phone or something, and then they'll point to the person who's tried to scam. This is a questionable character right there. Wow. Yes, I get a yes. Wow. Huh. Isn't that cool? So this isn't like an insurance company like we know it now, where they'll be converted to these assurance companies that will not charge us. But they'll be looking out for us. Wow. Thank God. something looking out for us for once. Gosh. Okay. Oh man, that just got me all woo. Transactions happen directly from wallet to wallet. Insurance companies will the humanitarians be taxed on their money that they get? They will. It's not quite a yes, but it's kind of like a spending. It's not a spending allowance, spending tax, spending. So I think it's like just when you go to buy things, you'll be taxed on certain items, but not like it is now, correct? Yes. Okay, so it's not like where the government rips everybody off right now. It's not going to be like that, right? It's going to be like, is a big chunk of the money that they get for these humanitarian projects actually going to be taken from them? No. Okay, so they'll only be charged or taxed on items that they buy, particular items they buy. Yes, yes. There's something else to it though. What did I think they said at first? Like tax something. There was something to that other word I used. I don't know. Assessment, tax assess. Nothing like anything kind of like we know right now. There are so many systems that are like, I'm going to be watching you and I'm going to be taking from you at my closest opportunity. If you go out and start drawing outside the lines or start coloring outside the lines, we're going to smack your hand and, threaten you. There's not going to be any of that going on. Everything is about assistance going forward. Everything is about assistance and assurance. And it's like, kind of like, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Okay. Do the humanitarians even need trust accounts going into the redemption centers now? Not necessarily. If it makes them feel better, they can incorporate a trust account in it. Do you mean that, could there be a trust account that's somehow incorporated into the quantum financial system? Yes. That's weird. How would that happen? Okay, because supposedly it's just this digital currency holder, a wallet, right? So how could there be a trust will there be a trust in the wallet? No. A trust would be separate from the wallet? Yes. Why? What would be the advantage to having a trust versus it just being in the wallet? Just a matter of preference. You don't have to have a trust. So is it true that we don't have to have a trust going into the redemption centers if you're a humanitarian? Correct. Interesting. Are stealth accounts going to be necessary? Are stealth accounts going to be necessary? No. Are the humanitarians going to need to have a trust account set up? Interesting. 5 of Wands, there have been differing opinions on that. So are the humanitarians going to need to have a trust account going into the redemption centers? It'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel better, some of you. So I get like the Page of Cups with the 10 of Pentacles. Something small leading to a massive fortune. So, or a small part of a massive fortune. So it could be that you decide to put some in a trust for a particular reason or something. And then the rest is in your wallet. Something like that. Being independently wealthy, but the accentuation on independent. these are incredible cards for talking about going into a redemption center for money. So you can't get better than this. This is your dreams coming true and everything you've ever wanted happening. And then this is you doing it very independently, on your own accord. Like everything is going to be according to what makes you feel comfortable is what I'm feeling. Yeah, they want you to feel like you're in your sovereign power, be your own master. They'll be watching you and spotting you and helping you overcome. They're anticipating a lot of people having angst. So they're just really wanting to operate out of integrity. They're encouraging the military to be involved and to treat everybody with the utmost of integrity. This involves divine guidance, timing, and the will of the divine. It is aligned with its purpose, and good will come of it. This too shall pass, and there will be peace of mind and celebration. Whoa, there's a sign. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be moved to a new location. What's being inquired about is no longer there. It's been moved, misplaced, lost, relocated, or is going to be moved soon. So we know that the banks are changing too, or you are being advised to move to a new location. I'm going to go check on that package for a second. Hang on. Awesome. So I just got a couple of products. One of my clients recently recommended this company called Activation. Mark Atwood, I guess, has had the company, or had the guy who owns the company come on his channel and talk about it. But this stuff is called Ease, and it's a topical spray, magnesium spray, that you just basically squirt like 5 sprays in your hand and then do this and then just put it wherever you want to put it on your body. And it relaxes your muscles completely and helps you sleep like a baby. And it's just really good for your system and for how your body kind of assimilates calcium and stuff like that. So, and then there's a Perfect Press 5 seed blend. So this you put on your food. You just put a little bit of that on your food and it's just really, really good for you. So for any of you who are looking for something new, it's, gosh, what is the website? It's, I don't know, it's not real obvious. And I don't remember what it is. Oh, activationproducts.com. Activationproducts.com. Okay. So, so it just feels like whatever your comfort level is, you're not going to need a trust account, but you could have a trust account if it makes you feel better. Am I right? Yeah. I don't know how that would work. I guess it would be a trust wallet. I don't know. Yeah, they're just like, you don't have to worry about the details. It feels like they're just reassuring us. You don't have to worry about anything at all. Okay. Will banks disappear within 5 years? Yeah. Will they be converted to places centers where people can go to get ideas on for humanitarian projects and whatnot? So is it possible they get revamped? Yeah, I mean, they could become something like that. Yeah, like a humanitarian center or something like that. So it looks like you bring in your currencies to the redemption center, but from there, everything is in your digital asset wallet, completely under your control. Am I right here? Yep. After this comes out, no more fiat accounts, correct? Yes. Converted to the quantum financial system. How much time will they give people? Probably about a year, it feels like. Will everyone get a QFS credit card or a debit card? Yes. Will it all flow better than it has been in terms of being able to buy houses, cars, and other items with digital currencies? Yes, way better. Is all of this new, hi baby. Is all of this new system truly asset backed, which ensures it's not nefarious? Yeah, big yes. Is it true all fiat that is not asset backed will go away, including Bitcoin and Coinbase. Yes. Well, they're getting tired of answering these questions for us all. They're just like, just trust us. It's going to be wonderful. Will the humanitarians still gain access to med beds right away? That was an interesting answer. Will the humanitarians get access or gain access to med beds? Yes, eventually. So maybe that was the caveat, not right away, but eventually. So it's not going to be like immediately they get to go to a med bed. Working out the kinks. Are med beds for real? Yes. Are they coming out for us? Are they going to be made available to us? Yes. Will humanitarians have like first priority other than like the sex trafficked kids and stuff like that? Like, will we be before the general public have access? Yes. Priority. We'll be made a priority because the leaders need it. You know, if you're going to lead and lead with strength, then yeah, you need to be fixed and healthy and whole. They're like Superman's got to go train other Supermen. So you got to be Superman first. What does that mean? Regret from walking away from, walking away from regret. Walking away from regret. What do you mean by that? Oh, yeah, there's okay. All the regrets of the past, basically, that, hold us back from making good, solid, strong, clear decisions and things like that torment us. Being even afraid to make decisions because you don't want to go through the old history or repeat history or whatnot. Yeah, that's part of the purpose of the healing that's going to happen through the med beds. So is there a possibility that there could be nefarious activity from the med beds? I get a no. So it's beneficial or artificial intelligence. If it's any artificial intelligence, it is. Is it only beneficial? Yes. Do no harm. They said do no harm. Okay, so I guess they can't do any harm. Okay, and daily boosters, just a shout out that I will do my very best to help keep you balanced through this transitionary time, whatever is going to be going on. The solar flashes, the days of darkness, funds revaluation, all of this stuff. I will be holding your hand energetically through that whole experience. So don't you worry. I will be doing my damnedest to make sure you guys feel as balanced as possible through these changes that we're going to be going through. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pick, this is funny because I usually do this at the beginning, but I'm going to pick one of the Galactic Heritage cards for some guidance today. Natural humility, 69, Lyra, future. So 69. The Lyran time stream represents the Lyran culture after they healed the karma and the challenges of the past when they were a young species. One of the most profound challenges of the immature Lyran species in the past was arrogance. After much self-observance and practices of generosity, they transformed their species to one that embodied a powerful humility that was natural and authentic. Most planetary species have to make their transition in order to enter the galactic community. Humans on Earth, as a species, not as individuals, have not yet begun this process with full commitment. The development of this trait comes from viewing reality as a holistic unit rather than us versus them. If this card came up, it could mean many things depending on the surrounding cards and your life situation. It could mean that you're already expressing that trait. It may mean that you need to look at the world in a more holistic way, embrace the connectedness of all beings, and surrender the view of separation in order to develop your natural humility more completely. Be honest in your self-observation and open to the message from your higher self about what this card really means to you. So I think it's going to be important going forward, as we start going through these wonderful, wonderful changes, to really keep ourselves in check, keep our egos in check, and keep coming from that place of wanting to serve. I do feel like there's going to be some spiritual testing going on in terms of, are you only looking out for yourself, or are you also going to be focused on making sure that all of humanity comes along with you? Or do you get a bunch of money and you just like, I'm just going to go, I mean, it's fine to go have a good time and to have your much needed vacation, but ultimately, are you also still looking out for others and wanting what's best for everybody as a whole? So we need to just keep ourselves in check and stay humble with everything that we're about to go through. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card here. Donations, tithing, and charitable work. There we go. Confirmation of the humanitarians. It says, give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, and other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So, practice wisdom, the fairies are saying. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with the challenge. And there's going to be a lot of adjustments that need to happen. It's going to be very strange. So just be really easy on yourself. Easy does it. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything's occurring in perfect timing. So just trust this process rolling out. Wow, that totally matches my background. That's so crazy. Let me pose for this picture. Easy does it. All right, you guys are funny. Wow. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God's in charge of how and when, how that will happen. So have faith. Those of you who've been like, yeah, right, the RV is not really going to happen, and right, that's not going to happen. Like, poo-poo on you, because it is happening. Smile, simply smile and notice the profound and healing difference it makes. Don't be a frowny face. Oh, this was stuck in there. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you're on. Keep the faith and keep going. I don't think I need to even pull any more cards. It's amazing. Okay, so for a little bit, make sure you have some extra food and water on hand for whatever's about to go on, but just know that it's all divinely guided and perfectly timed, and everything's going to be just fine. And there'll be some wonderful, wonderful changes around the bend, no matter how scary things look for a moment. It's all under control. They just said it's all under control. Let me say a blessing. All right. So drop your shoulders and relax. Set an intention that's for the highest good of everybody involved, within everybody's free will. Whatever your intention is, it will be amplified if so. Mama Haitian Hike San Sechi in a Haipun, Pepe lo cookie in a Chen Sexy Chicken. Halaha opum pumma aena I. Hala San Se Sheela an. Hepepima hama maanake. Hela San Se Sheela ake impum on. Katain San Se la Haitian China. Hela kitty pin pepe no I. Sanse la chic. Tatahi in sanse. Yay, guys. Have yourselves a beautiful week, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.